Do you have questions about buying or selling a home, not sure if you're qualified? Your local real estate agent Antoinette Ware is here for you. Do you live out of town, moving out of town, or looking for investment property? Well, let's work together and make it happen. Antoinette Ware can be reached at 419-917-6258. The name you know, celebrating over 20 years, serving Toledo and surrounding areas. Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, the Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. La Frida's Cleaning Service. Our
Hi, this is TV comedy impressionist Christopher G from the other side of the pond saying hi, and I love the Queen Silvy show.
They had you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show with the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you so much for dropping in and spending another terrific Tuesday with us on the multiple award-winning Queen Silvy Show. Speaking of Queen Silvy, it's my extreme pleasure to bring her to you right now, the sexiest granny in the world, the Queen herself, Queen Silvy. Queen, where are you? There you are.
Poof. Yes, it is me, Queen Silvy, on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning Queen Silvy Show. Yeah!
Got these guys on point today, don't you?
They love me, what can I say? But good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Hey, yeah, you are in for a super treat today.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold on. Smooth, how are you?
I am doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen. And might I ask, how the hell are you doing?
Well, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you are simply
Amazing.
Yes,
True that. I am amazing. Hey, let's face it, right? But you are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing. And we have an amazing guest today, don't we?
absolutely. You know, hey, announcements real quick. As always, our hearts and prayers are going out around the world. Still things going on. See the signage, and even coast to coast here
Right
in the
on.
continental United States. People take a pill and chill. Just enjoy life a little bit. Don't hate thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor.
Right?
So much easier to do.
Or ignore thy neighbor, but be
No,
kind.
do that. Hell yeah. Ignore them if you have to. Just don't be screwing around and
Right.
stirring up anymore than it already is. We've already
Right.
had so many incidents already this year of just things going on, and that ain't cool.
Yeah, hold on tight.
Held on tight. And, you know, hey, as far as some analytics real quickly from last week's show, in Australia, France, Ireland, Africa, Poland, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, and Germany. Hey,
Yes.
thank you folks for tuning on in. We sincerely super appreciate it.
Yes, we do. In fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on our archive,
Our love is
our love is
everlasting. Queen.
everlasting, Smooth. Yes, we love and appreciate you on this terrific Tuesday. Well,
Absolutely. And you know what? As far as the guests on our show,
oh, I was like zooming in. I'm ready.
it's like ready to just snap right through the show. This is going to be a real treat for all y'all. He is a master hypnotist. He is a celebrity hypnotist. He is a board certified hypnotherapist. And he is a Hollywood hypnotist. He is Kevin Stone.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Going to be very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
See if he can't maybe do something. Or give you some insights on how to do something for yourself.
Absolutely.
There's always possibilities there. So
Absolutely.
we'll see what goes on. Otherwise, my queen, the floor is yours.
The floor is me, for me, ready for me. Well, I'm honored that you are here on this terrific Tuesday. Oh, yes, I am. You are so in for a treat. In fact, you do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of this super greatness we have in store for you. Before we get things going, what I'd like to do at this moment is I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Life is simple. Just be yourself. I mean, don't be afraid to be different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone else. I mean, if you want a life to be different, you have to start reacting to life differently. I mean, trust me, your life has purpose, and you were born to make an impact. So be yourself. Let people see the real magical person that you are. And with your ability to love, hey, love yourself first. That's right. Hey. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Yeah. You know I'm geeked. If anybody know it, yeah, I'm geeked. Okay, I'm ready. And I'm also ready to give some shout outs to my deserving kings and queens all over the world. Like you, holistic health advocate Marva Riley, Marie McKenzie, and the International Sexual Assault Recovery Institute. Carmen Jewel with Massage Therapy by Carmen, Simone Enterprise and Entertainment Company, and the Simone Family Foundation. A Journey Through Healing with Beatrice Crawford Daniels. Oy.
Yeah, that's you.
To Kinsley Patino, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and Kenneth Rawls.
Yeah, that's you.
To Helen Morris, Peace Morris, Corey and Casey Patino, and Joan Mercer.
Yeah, that's you.
Queen Aaliyah, Asia Tay, Maya Camille, and Dejour.
Yeah, that's you.
To my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. To Jonathan Easley, Lee Allen Sr., Wade, and Katrina, LP, and Cynthia, Melvin, and Teresa, Mike, and Khaki.
Yeah, that's you.
Queen Sonia, Khaki, Shanika, Alana, Brianna, and Precious.
Yeah, that's you.
To my good friends in Fort Worth, Texas, Delia, Chrissy, and that one that I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
Ryan and Kelly and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy, and the All-American Girls. Oy.
Yeah, that's you.
I think I need to pause for the calls and clear my throat. Hell.
Meow. Ready.
Ooh, that one was real real deep one. Hello, you don't knock it until you try it. To Pamela Anderson, C. Shorty Franklin, Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, Bernita Easley Gold, Rosa and Donna Ferry.
Yeah, to you.
To my good friends in Africa, Amy Kanima, Webster Rito, Hostile Flow, Hero Boy, and Princess Ariel Lua.
Yeah, to you.
To Sabrina Williams, Diane Pinky Harmon, Sassy Savage, Robin Taylor, DJ Team Broke, 100.
Yeah, to you.
To my good friends in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross.
Yeah, to you.
To Lorenzo Gabaniza, Christine Lewis Anderson, James and Audrey Series Edition, and Nana Linda Hartley.
Yeah, to you.
To Edith Fairhook, Queen D. Brown, Sandra and Ben Johnson, Melody Gorb Dobb, Brian Pearson, Miguel Montibon, and my good friend, Joe Mack.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah. Hey, if you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you would love for us to shout out, we will hook you up 3 days a week. Every Tuesday with the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Every Wednesday with Tim's Tidbits. And every Thursday with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim.
Well, hey, shout out to our special friend who we surprised on Friday night, wasn't it? Yeah, Friday night.
Yes, that was a great time.
He was doing he's doing a tour across the United States, and he just happened to stop in the Glass in a little private club. Real intimate place, holds about maybe 100 people.
It was so nice.
Oh, it was so sweet. Yeah,
It was
Rocky
great.
Athos.
Rocky Athos. Shout out to you, your son,
That
and
was
the
fantastic.
drummer is
Walter.
Walter, right.
Yeah.
Oh, they jam.
Walter Watson.
Look them up. Check them out if you will.
Yeah, that was funny. Their face.
That was really great.
That was priceless.
That was great.
Yeah, because they're out of Dallas, Texas, so yeah, they would never expect
Came
to
up north and
see
gave it
somebody
to
up.
him.
Yeah, that was, anyhow, thanks to our son, Ryan, for getting
Shout out to
us
Ryan as well.
back there and safely here and there. Really appreciate you, love you, thank you. Anyhow,
That's so special.
shout outs to everybody.
Well, if I didn't forget anyone, and if I did, guess what? Shout out to you as well. As we aim to
Shout
bring
out to you for listening, damn.
As we aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talent, topics, and resources from around the world just for you. Check out this resource. And when we get back, the ball is going to be rolling with super greatness just for you on The Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, my name is Kate Hudson Hall. I am an author, therapist, and podcaster. My new book has been released called Anxiety Hacks, with proven techniques, tools, and tips to calmness. So if you suffer from generalized anxiety, panic attacks, or feel abnormally anxious about certain things, within Anxiety Hacks, I show you how you can overcome these conditions, successfully enjoy a healthy and carefree life. My website is katehudson-hall.com. Anxiety Hacks is available now on Amazon.
All right, cool.
We are back on this terrific Tuesday. As I said before, you do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to come on in and get this super greatness we have in store for you. The most requested hypnotist in the world, recognized as the #1 global expert and authority on hypnosis, as well as America's trusted and awarded hypnotist. He's hypnotized over 1 million people for smoking, weight, and stress, seen in a multitude of times on all major TV networks, newspapers, features, and top magazines. Woo! He's here to change and improve your lifestyle through hypnotherapy. Live, I introduce to you international renowned expert, master hypnotist, celebrity hypnotist, author, motivational, and keynote speaker, Hollywood hypnotist, Kevin Stone.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Kevin, thanks
Good to see
so
ya.
much for taking the time being here today.
I'm out of breath just by that introduction.
Well,
That's a
you
wonderful
know as well,
introduction.
you know more than anyone else that was just the tip of the iceberg, because you do a lot of things. And I don't even know how you had time to be here today, but we are honored to have you on the show today.
I'm as well. I'm very glad to be here and spread the news of this great, amazing, powerful resource called hypnosis.
Absolutely. You know, you were a retired firefighter. Now you're a renowned master hypnotist. Tell me about the life of Kevin Stone before becoming the Hollywood hypnotist.
Life of Kevin Stone, it's very complex. I'll say that. You know, I have a lot of interests and I have a lot of my mind just works differently. And I always wanted to understand why my mind works the way it does, which I'm sure a lot of other people want to do the same. So that's why I really got into hypnosis, because I have a lot of interest in just a lot of different things of this life interest me. And I think life is meant to be lived to your full maximum potential. And so whatever interests you, go down that path, explore it, see if it's for you. And that's what really happened to me when I got into hypnosis, because I didn't really have an interest in becoming who I am today.
Really?
I just wanted to go back to school and earn college credit to learn something I had an interest in.
So what made you decide to become a hypnotherapist? Why that? You could have done anything. Why that?
That's right. That's an excellent question. Well, you know, when God has a plan for you and you know when that is, he puts it on your heart and you know exactly what that path is going to be. So when I enrolled in the only accredited college in the entire world here in California, I just knew from that point that this was for me. It was helping people to help themselves, which I always wanted to do and find a way to do that, but I didn't know how. So I was in between work at the time because I was in radio. That's what brought me to California. So my plans were to become a news anchor for the local television stations here in California. So it was radio that brought me here. So I was in between jobs. So anytime I'm in between anything, I go back to school.
Well,
because I
that's
love to
cool.
learn. So they kept sending me information about this, and I always had an interest in it as a boy. And I think a lot of people have a better interest now today because it's become more commercialized. Back then, it was still with little boys' dreams and wonders that you would see these little ads in the back of comic books about learning how to hypnotize people and all of this. And you always thought, this stuff isn't
That's
really
funny
real.
that I had mentioned that same thing to
Right.
Silvy, how, yeah, it used to be buried in the back of comic books.
That's right. All the time. And you always had this fascination about it. At least I did. And I thought, well, you know, here's an accredited school and I'm in between, and everything fit. And again, timing is always of the essence of everything. And again, it's all God's timing as far as I'm concerned. So God's plan was enroll in the school. I just wanted to enroll just to get the credit, learn and understand it a little bit better, and then continue on with my hopes, dreams, and desires of what I thought at the time.
I like that about you. You make good use of your time, and you do it in a very good way. Really, a lot of people should do that. Some people have so much time on their hands, they go the wrong way.
Absolutely.
Do the wrong
It's
thing.
exactly what I teach people as well. We only have a limited time, and every second, every minute, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
That's right.
So why not take advantage of that time and not allow distractions, blocks to get in your way in your life to prohibit you from living your maximum potential?
Absolutely. You're talking about HMI, Hypnosis Motivation Institute. That's where you obtained that degree for Master Hypnotist and Certified Hypnotherapist. Good for you. Where's my audience? Because he took this to the limits. He is the man. He's the one. And that's where you also earned the board certified hypnotherapist. But tell me what was the pivotal moment in your life that brought you to where you are today? Because you've been doing this for how many years now?
I'm going into over 30 years now of doing this professionally.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And when I graduated from the school, I ended up becoming an instructor for about 5 years. I was on staff for a long time. And then this career started to take off, not only with my private practice here in California, but there's two sides of me. There's the medical side, which is the board certified, which you brought up. And then there's the entertainment side. And so the entertainment side started taking off as well as the medical. So I was juggling, and still am at the time, to, make it all work. And so that's how it all kind of worked out for me. Did I answer the question? I forgot what the question was.
Well, I wanted to know at what pivotal moment in your life brought you to where you are today, but over 30 years of doing this, and then if you have a backup plan on everything, hypnotist, hypnotherapy, you know what I mean? So you You were in there doing it, and with 30 years, do you have your own theory about how hypnosis? Do you have your own theory about hypnosis, how it works, or do you use what everybody else says?
Oh no, I think that's what makes me who I am. And I've become that go-to guy. I mean, I ask a lot of people these days, and I think you did mention it in the introduction, that even if you just Google the best hypnotist in the world, I'm the guy that's coming up.
Don't you like that?
And it always fascinates me, and I'm so humbled by that because my techniques and the way that I facilitate hypnosis, again, I've learned it a certain way. There's a stereotypical way of doing it, the scientific way of doing it. But when you put your own modifications into what you've learned, because of you, again, when you do what you love, you're able to create. And that's what I did. And so my techniques became renowned. And so that's why I became who I was, because it started with the celebrities, with my private practice, where they would come to the clinic, they would see me, and of course the word spread very, very quickly, because Hollywood is not a very big, just like life. Life is, people think, oh wow, it's so big, and it's very small, and you'll be surprised what you end up connecting with. And so that's what happened with me. Was the word got out very quickly with the celebrity Hollywood community, and the rest was history with the medical side. And it was the same thing with the entertainment side, because of course the transition, when you plug in with TV producers and all of that, then of course they're going to give you TV shows. Next thing you know, you're opening for major rock bands and performers.
That's cool.
The networking becomes absolutely astounding.
Blessing. It's a blessing. Honestly, that is so great to have. Word of mouth can take you to so many limits, especially if you're in the right place and doing the right thing. But why do you think people are so intrigued about hypnotism?
I think they are now. When I first really got into this, it was taboo. Back in the day, I graduated from the school. I opened up my private practice, and it was touch and go, because a lot of people, including my own family, because I'm originally from the East Coast, so I'm a very conservative Catholic area where any mention of the word hypnosis or hypnotism, and even to this day, it still exists, where if you mention that, then it conjures up all of these things about, evil and non-biblical, and all of these things that people stereotypically believe because of what they've seen on TV or in the movies. Because when they utilize it in TV and the movies, and as you can see behind me, I have many posters from different eras of the 50s, the 1800s, and even up to the 70s. Of course, there's a lot of movies now, but in all of these movies, including today, unless I'm a consultant on it, they want to spin it to be, again, this superpower where I have these powers over you, and we're making you do things that you shouldn't be doing, and all of this stuff. And I always tell people, I said, listen, if this was true, then why would I work for a living? I would just go to the bank every day, just hypnotize the tellers, drop money in my car, and just go home. I'd be set for the day.
That's a good point. Well said indeed. Did you have something you was going to say?
Oh, I was going to ask you. Okay, he kind of led into that. The importance of having a subject that is willing to be hypnotized, and how important is that? And also, how many times may you have to take to hypnotize somebody?
I love that question, because it's a common question that people have in their mind. And I'm going to give you an excellent answer for that. Everyone is hypnotizable. Everyone. It just really depends on the individual of where you're willing to accept the hypnotic state of mind. And so if you have a block, or if you have these preconceived ideas or stereotypical, it's just like anything else in life. If you have a fear, you're not going to move past it. Because that's what your mind believes. What you think is what you become. And so therefore, if you still want to hold on to negative belief systems in your mind and not stay open-minded and or at least explore or take the time to dive into it and understand it a little bit, then therefore you're limiting yourself and your own belief system of where you can go in this life and what you can experience in this life. And so it's all about the experience. So hypnosis is a natural state. It's not something that I have a power or a gift of utilizing and become a special guide to do that. Anyone can learn this and anyone can do it. It really depends on the individual. And that's an excellent question, because that was a major question for myself when I first really got into this. I just couldn't wrap my mind around how it worked, why it worked, and what it was really about. And was it like the comic strip, or the comic book ads, or the TV movies that I was watching when I was a boy? And so I really couldn't understand it until I really accepted it, allowed it to really start taking effect on me, and changed my entire life. And I went, wow, what a powerful, natural, organic state that, again, all you have to do is understand, harness the power, and it will work for you.
It's my show is done. Well, I saw a picture where you were shaking hands with Sugar Ray Leonard, and I was like, oh man, that's how he won that fight. Holy moly, if I knew that, I would have placed my bet. You hear me?
Yeah, why didn't we know about this?
Gee, Willikers. And you've traveled worldwide doing seminars, lectures, shows, working with corporate events, individuals, audiences, as well as celebrities, like I said. But what's so fascinating, in your words, about hypnosis and hypnotherapy?
What's so fascinating to me,
Yeah.
and it still is to this day, and it's like, again, being a boy in a toy store, where I have the opportunity, and I think you mentioned this too. I've hypnotized over 1 million people. It's the number's higher than that now, but I've hypnotized so many people that you would think, oh, it's like this cookie cutter type of a thing that you would see every time. It isn't. Each and every individual receives the hypnotic state differently, because I'm the guide, and when I guide them in, they receive it differently as to someone else. So I don't really see, I see a lot of the same patterns and a lot of different things that happen in individuals when they go into hypnosis. This is why they say, here's another question that people ask all the time. How do you know when they're in hypnosis?
Right.
Well, there's
Who's
certain things
faking?
that happen to the body physiologically that tells the hypnotist this is where they're at. So I'll keep
Right.
it simple. There's light, medium, heavy states. And so that's what when you are looking at them, but everyone responds differently in a hypnotic state. And that goes for the hypnotherapy
I believe
side,
that. Yeah.
as well as the entertainment side.
I believe that. I can see that very well. But, let me do your shows, Kevin. What do you want people to walk away afterwards feeling and saying about Kevin Stone?
Well, it's not about Kevin Stone. I've never really made it about Kevin Stone, not even from the beginning, because it was never really about me. It's really about empowering individuals to understand the natural organic power and resource that we all have access to educate themselves, to learn it, and to empower themselves. So I'm like a pastor. I'm like a leader who's really leading people who want to understand how to help themselves. So that's what it was really always is about. All the time. It's about me helping people to help themselves. That's my passion. That's my goal.
Right. I've always been told, and from what I've studied up on hypnotism, they have to be willing to be
That's the main word they
suggested
use.
to.
That's the
those
main.
suggestions, they have to already have an ability to accept what you're going to ask them to do.
Yep, those are the two words I hear hypnotists
Second
say.
question is, you kind of said earlier, and have you ever encountered a lock
A lock?
on somebody, to where a hypnotist has put a lock on them specifically so that they can only,
Tim watches
manipulate that
movies.
person?
It's like,
I had came across that particular theory from a Mark Cunningham video a long time ago. about how some hypnotists can put a lock on it where nobody else can hypnotize you but me.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
kind of scrupulous, but have you ever heard of it?
In the movies and TV,
right? I'm like,
I've never heard it. So let me give you another way of looking at it. I've never heard it quite categorized as a lock. Okay, so but I think what you're referring to is where once hypnotized by that hypnotist,
okay,
always hypnotized by that hypnotist and no one else, right? Is that kind of what you're saying?
Exactly, sir.
Okay, right. So no, absolutely not. There's nothing or anyone can have that kind of power over someone else or that kind of control over someone else. Again, that's all fantasy, movie, TVs, anyone or any books that you read or any other hypnotist that tells you that, they really don't understand the applications of hypnosis. Because again, all hypnosis, all of it is self-hypnosis. All I'm doing is acting as the guide, the facilitator to get you from one point to the other point. So therefore, if all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, how can I control that? How can I put a lock on you to not allow anyone else to hypnotize you? Because you're doing it yourself. So if you want to stay isolated only with that one person to hypnotize you, and that's your preference, then I would have to agree with the statement of the lock. You're not allowing anyone else.
That's a very interesting perspective, and you're probably 100% correct.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well, I'm never about trying to be correct or right or wrong. I'm here to understand information and give the right information, and it's all based in truth. And I do a lot of work historically with hypnosis and trying to have people to understand what I've learned to this point about what the truth really is. And, you know, the funny part is, doesn't matter sometimes what I say, especially in the entertainment industry, when they're recreating a movie with a hypnosis scene, no matter what I tell them, like what we're talking about now, they still want to sensationalize it and make it look like the old 1950s Dracula or Frankenstein movies where the hypnotist has his power. And even the recent movies that just came out, like Get Out, where he's drinking tea and he's hypnotized by the tea and all this. They still want to go that angle because that's what people want to see.
Right.
And so, and I understand what they're trying to do, but as long as they put, just like this conversation we're having, as long as they make it objective and they still give both sides so the viewer or the listener can look at that and say, okay, I'm going to make up my own mind how this works. And so that's all I ask for, because I know what the bottom line is. And you're looking at, more than likely, I would say, one of the biggest skeptics, cynics on the planet Earth. If it isn't scientifically proven, it doesn't exist to me. If it isn't by God's hand, it doesn't exist to me, because then it doesn't exist in truth. It's just worldly thinking and worldly thoughts. So with those two in play, you're going to find it very difficult to get past me.
Well, you know, I have a little something that I like for people to check out, and so I'm going to take just a break for in a moment, and I'll come right back to you, the one and only Kevin Stone. But hey, in the meantime, check this out.
lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Wow. I'm telling you,
But,
you can do it.
I forget about these things that are out there about me, and then I see them, and I go, "Wow, is that really me?
This guy's
Who is that
amazing.
guy?"
Yeah. You should say, wow. That is amazing, because it is amazing. You have power. So in that one where you're tilting their head over, and then they show the other side where people is watching. Do you find out? Do people have to, willingly volunteer? That's how you know. Well, I can work with them because they're willingly volunteer. Not somebody that's gonna fight you on this. But like, really, how do you get an audience? Is it easier doing an audience or individual? You got me going when I saw that. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Say your name right now. Say your name.
Kevin Stone. Now, see, everyone wishes they had this power, right? Now, I'm going to get a lot of calls from a lot of guys, and a lot of guys who are married that way they want to hypnotize their wives. 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Open your eyes, Silvy.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it's amazing.
So
that is amazing.
So let me answer that question. So I get that question a lot, especially when I do the entertainment side, where I'm doing events for corporate events, 3,000, 4,000 people, and the event planners always they always have the same questions because there's a lot of concerns for HR and all different types of things that happen because I'm using people.
Right.
I'm using the audience, and they have a lot of questions. So one of their biggest questions is exactly what you just said. Where and how do we get the volunteers? I said, don't worry about the volunteers. I don't pick people because then it looks like it's set up. Some of them want to do lists where they give me a whole list of like 30 people who want to get hypnotized. So I pick from the list. I don't do any of that because it really sets it up to make it look fake. And I'm not interested in making anything look fake. I'm there to educate, empower, and inspire people to understand how this really works. So I basically, when it comes time, ask for volunteers to come up and occupy the seats. It doesn't matter who they are. And that's how I work. And then I always hear at the end of the program where a lot of people seen a lot of other hypnotists before, or that type of program, and they go, Kevin, there was 30 chairs up on that stage. You didn't pick anyone. You basically asked for volunteers to come up on their own volition, take the seats, and then you kept 30 people who were hypnotized throughout the entire show. And not only 30 people on the seats there was another. So let's say the room has 3,000 people. There's going to be another 100 to 200 people hypnotized in the audience. So that's 230 people now in a hypnotic state. So I have a dual reality stage going on where I have the 30 on stage, and then I have the other people who are in the audience. And it's a great fun show when you have that dynamic going, because you got people all over the place going into hypnosis, because I offer it to them to go into hypnosis and take advantage, because at the end of the program, I'm going to give some very powerful suggestions to change their lives.
That's awesome.
So that's how that works.
That's awesome.
Now all these are rapid inductions you're doing on these people, right?
It depends on the environment, depends on the show. So if I don't have a lot of time, I'm doing rapid, taking them very quickly and moving on with the program, because especially with corporate, everything's in blocks. So when it comes time for my performance, usually it's sometimes in the middle or it's at the end as the highlight of the program. If it's at the end, I have more time. If it's in the middle, then I know after me, there's going to be an awards ceremony, there's going to be some more speeches, or, whatever that may be. So I only have a limited time. So I have to do a different style of hypnosis to take the volunteers in.
Wow. You have great stage
That's interesting.
presence.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of things, other things, kind of add into the whole thing. I think you're dubbed the sexiest hypnotist. You're known for for the costumes that you wear during your show. I saw the spinning little hypnotism thing.
That was cute.
Yeah, all of that stuff really gets a person going. Also, but when you view, and I mentioned that earlier about that, but when you actually view footage like we just showed of yourself on stage working it, what do you think and feel about your skill, your talent, and your performance? I mean, because you stay humble and yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, because you stay, it appears to me that you stay humble, serious, dedicated. I see passion in what you're doing. 30 years of doing it, it can't be just because you're making a lot of money, which I would assume being 30 minutes, but it has to be for your passion. But when you see afterwards the effect that you have, the skill that you have working with people, you bring the smiles and humor, people leave feeling good, happy. What does that do for you?
I always thank God for where I'm at because I'm here because of him. And I'll share this very quickly, and then I'll finish off the answer. Where I at the peak, I don't know. Some say I'm still at my peak, right? When you mentioned sexy hypnotist and all that, that was we're going back into the 90s there, where that title came along. I'm a little older now, so about being sexy and all that, eyes of the beholder, right? But the point is that for me, I'm always interested in doing better. And I think any leader, athlete, you talk to any of them, Tom Brady, anyone, they're going to tell you the same thing. It's not about what you did today. It's not about what you did in your last show or your last performance. It's what you're going to do next.
Right.
And how are you going to do that?
Right.
And so my legacy is, what did I do to contribute to the world of hypnotism to make it a better place for the world? So when I look at those things, I always go, wow, who is that guy? But then when I move away from not wanting to be so humble, then my mind goes, I earned that. I've been doing this a long time. I'm very, very critical on myself and what I'm doing, because I know I'm going to refine it to be better. Always, 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 even to this day. So I never get complacent and I never get lazy, because again, I'm very passionate about what I do to help others to help themselves. And that's really the bottom line for me. So when it really comes to how do I feel about that, again, when my mind moves away into worldly things, I put it right back to center, focus on God, and understand what those principles are for me.
Amen.
And so that's where I sit. Yeah.
Kevin, let me ask you a question. At the very top of the show, I think you mentioned that you was in radio, yes? And
I was.
And so did, and we were in the radio down in Dallas for a while. We received a whole lot of instruction on voice. And I would imagine you also did. So do you still work on your voice? And also, now that you're in California, you have the exposure to a bit of improv. Do you ever think about doing that to help with your stage presence, or you got your hands full now?
Well, no. So we'll answer it backwards. On the improv, I'm doing improv probably just about every single entertainment performance. I'm doing improv. I never go in with a script. I never go in with an idea, because I don't know. That's like a danger zone to any entertainer when you want to go in what is called rote and script it. And if you try to produce that when the energy of the room or the environment is not allowing that, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Right.
So every single event that I walk into, I really don't know or have any idea what's going to happen until it happens. So there's your improv right there. Now, of course, I have things that I can fall back on, rely upon, because I've been doing this a long time. And that's what's called a professional, when you can pull something out from your bag of tools to facilitate what's happening in the moment. But I'm all about the room, the moment, the energy, what the people are giving, and how I'm going to receive that to give it back. And so that's what it's really about for me.
I understand that. As a comedian, you no audience members. They're not all the same. So you have to go in there with that improv mentality and always keep a backup plan. I always say that to everybody, keep a backup plan on everything. That's only how you're going to keep going forward. But, I understand totally exactly what you're feeling. And I like that challenge anyways.
And
That
every once in a while, we can have a total bust. That happens. Has that ever happened to Kevin? Has Kevin ever had a total bust?
Well, I don't know about bust because for me, it really depends on the individuals. I'm all about the experience. So for me, I understand that I'm going to be basically the ringmaster of that performance. Just like a comedian, same thing. Or a singer or whatever you do. If you're in front of people, you're basically going to guide them to a destination.
That's right. Take the
So
lead.
it's really what you're going to do and how you know how to do that. So for me, I don't know about being a bust. Now, you're going to get some people who don't like the show, some people who love the show, some people who stay mediocre about the show. That's just part of show business.
Right.
And so even in public speaking, the numbers are very, very, here's the breakdown. When you walk into any room as a performer, public speaker, politician, or somebody on TV, you're going to get automatically 20% of that room is going to love you. Everything you do, they're going to love. So out of 100%, do the breakdown, right? So that's 20%, right? So the other percentages fall in line with mediocrity, or just they hated you because you wore the wrong hat. So that's basically the psychology breakdown. And those are rough numbers, just estimates. But as a performer, you have to understand everything that you do. Same thing with this program. People watching this program, I'm going to get the same breakdown psychologically. I already know that. And so knowing that doesn't allow me to fall into the trappings of I failed, it's a bust, I didn't do what I set out to do. It's confidence knowing that you've done your job and you've given the information based on truth. And as long as you stay centered like that, there's never a bust,
right?
Because it's really on the individual. And I can't control others' judgment about what they're listening to or seeing. And that is entertainment as well as these type of programs or anything that I do in the public eye. That's just how
I like
works.
that position.
Yeah, you can't please everyone, right? I mean, you do your thing.
No.
And
it's impossible, and you can never do that.
That's right.
So why try to chase that?
That's
because
right.
You're just setting yourself up for massive failure.
That's right. Well, I look at it like this. If I do a performance and, there's that 20-25% and someone out there doesn't like me, they're going to remember me because they don't like me. So whatever.
There you go. P.T. Barnum had a great statement. Just you spell the name correctly, whether it's good publicity or bad publicity. Just make sure you get my name right.
That's right. So listen, in helping people improve their lifestyle, aside from smoking and weight loss, what other reasons do people come to you for assistance through hypnosis or coaching? Because you do that as well.
Yes. So here's the thing. My specialty became, now again, when you hear about hypnotism, people automatically think the smoking and the weight.
Right.
And, even through the schooling system, that's what they encourage to do because that's where you can get your start, because that's where people found the most success and that's what people associate hypnosis with. So, of course, that's what I started with as well, just like anyone else. I didn't try to break the mold back then. I just, followed the examples of what was successful to become successful with the applications of hypnosis. So for me, it's now, I've been doing this so long, I've gotten requests for everything. So I treat just about everything, and I can actually hypnotize, and I do a lot of work with children as well, because I get a lot of calls from parents. So I can hypnotize all the way down to 5.
Wow.
And I can hypnotize all the way up to 105, because I've been able to do that as well. So whatever it is that they're coming in with, or what they want to change in their life that's blocking them, that's psychologically blocking them, because they have to remember the most important thing in life. All behavior is learned behavior. The great news is it can be changed. The most powerful tool to do that is hypnosis.
Wow.
So anything you think about, you can change with hypnosis. But you have to find, just like anything else, you have to find the right doctor and the right person that you can make those changes with, and who understands that they can do that. Not just say they can do that. Because I get a lot of phone calls from a lot of people who go, well, I went to so-and-so and so-and-so, and it didn't really work for me, so I'm going to the best now. And I go, okay, what is it you want to do? And then once I hypnotize them and I feel that I can help them, then I'm going to tell them, yes, I can change your vocabulary from taking away vulgarity, because that's what you do all of the time, and I can hypnotize you not to do that. Yes.
Wow. Let me ask you
reality.
this question real quick. Now, from what the medical society may call ADHD,
yes,
can you actually hypnotize a child to learn how to modify that behavior so they're able to pay attention?
Absolutely, positively.
And save parents hundreds of dollars a year on riddle?
Right.
Oh, I know.
Right.
I get the calls all of the time.
That's great.
And the same thing with post-traumatic stress. Same thing. So listen, basically how this works is hypnosis is everything that you think about in your life that's now affecting your life in some way, shape, or form. Now, it can completely take it away, or you're left with managing, containing, and control it drug-free. Because that's what hypnosis can do, right? So either way, you walk away in a win situation. It's not a lose. So the applications, once you understand it, but see, that's the biggest part. It's getting over the hurdle of the stereotype, because a lot of the people that call my office that I see in public performances all have the same questions and that concern, because that's how we're programmed as a society. And I understand that completely, because like I mentioned, I was that guy and more. I was completely tuned out to the applications and how this stuff worked from the beginning.
That's
when I was in
interesting.
school.
That is so interesting, especially with the children.
Right. Hey, Kevin, can that go into pain management also?
Oh, yeah. So that became a specialty of mine. And I became on staff over at White's Memorial, TMJ issues, that kind of thing, where the requests are, and this goes in conjunction with your last question, which is a good one, where people come in, they go, can you remove the pain? The answer is yes.
Wow.
But I'm not going to do it.
Why?
No hypnotist or doctor is ever going to do that. And the reason for that is pain, as much as we associate that with negative feelings and we want it to be removed, the reason for the pain is like a smoke detector. It signals in our body
I get that.
What needs to be addressed.
So
if we take it away, guess what?
You'd be amiss in doing your job.
Yeah, you would be out of pain not knowing that something serious is happening, and he took the pain away.
Yeah, you're bypassing that signal that should have been had attention to it.
So
I love that answer.
I do too.
Well, you can see videos as well. If you go to YouTube, you can see hypnotists removing pain, or putting their hands in a full bucket of ice and not feeling the cold. There's so many powerful things that the mind can do. And again, hypnosis helps you to facilitate that. And so these things are real. These are scientific proven of what hypnosis does for you. And again, it's becoming more and more mainstream throughout the years. I imagine my contributions and many others who are in that mindset like me, to really have people understand that, hey, listen, this isn't occultic. This isn't, negative. This is a natural organic state. And if you harness that power, you're going to take advantage of that and change your life the way you want to change it.
Mm-hmm. It's just really like, whether you're a doctor or policeman or anything, there's always someone that's doing your field, like a hypnotist or like a comedian, that's not doing it the right way, and they make it bad for those good people that's doing it, because now they have a bad reputation about it. But tell me something. Tell me true or false on this one. The subconscious mind is 1,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind, which allows you to make suggestions. You are a master of suggestion, a master hypnotist. So what happens to the brain during hypnosis and after it?
Okay. So you have to visualize your mind. So I want you to visualize your mind now. Everyone listening, watching, and including you guys. I want you to visualize, imagine, think about a circle. Make the circle as big as you want, as small as you want. That circle is going to represent your brain. Now I want you to draw a line horizontally through the circle. So now we have 3 sections of the circle. We have the top part, which is conscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12% of your brain's capacity. The line is called the critical factor. We'll get back to that in a second. The bottom part is your subconscious mind. That's 88% of your brain's capacity. You may hear different numbers like 80, 80-10, or 90-10, but the real true numbers are 88 and 12, right? So you can already start to see what part of the brain is dominant. It's the subconscious mind. Reality, we don't even really use that 12%. We use about 3% of that 12%. We really haven't tapped into fully as to that yet. But the dominant part, no matter how you look at it, is the subconscious mind. It's a giant filing cabinet that stores all the information, and we've even traced it all the way back into our mother's womb. So even pre-birth, you're receiving information that's programming your mind to act a certain way. So therefore, that filing cabinet, 88%, has all the information in there, all the way up to wherever you are in your life right now. That's the information. So the information sitting in that filing cabinet or that computer hard drive is either positive information or negative information. It's the negative information that's blocking you from achieving your maximum potential and success in life of where you want to be. So the hypnotist basically recreates a sleep-like state. You don't fall asleep. You don't become a zombie. None of this stuff. He gets into the subconscious mind with your permission, just like you would go into a computer system or your phone, and basically reprogram that subconscious mind to do exactly what you want it to do instead of the negatives blocking you. You have to understand that the mind does not think for itself. It's like a computer or your phone. It's programmed to do what you're doing to this date in your life. So either that's positive or negative. Your mind is programmed to do it because it doesn't think for itself. It just knows this is what it needs to do.
So, if you have a client or someone's coming to you for smoking, or if you're working with a child, how long does that last? Does a person have to come back like after 2 months to get reprogrammed? I mean,
reinforcement or anything like that?
How does that go?
Absolutely. Sometimes it really depends on the person. So here, let me give you a real brief example of how it works. So generally with a smoker, somebody comes in and wants to stop smoking. That just doesn't mean cigarettes, but nowadays there's all kinds of things that people are smoking, and so they want to stop because they realize that it's not healthy for their body. So with a smoker, it could take anywhere between 1 to about 6 sessions. That's the average of a smoker. So a person coming in, and I'll give you an example, and this didn't even happen in my office with the medical side. This happened in a performance where I had a gentleman, 40-year smoker, 2.5 packs a day, Camel non-filter. He was in the show, and he didn't want to be in the show. And this really helps with, if you're really following this program today, a lot of the questions, because this is going to encapsulate everything all in one. So he didn't want to be in the show, but his wife had just seen me on one of the TV shows like The Doctors or something. So she knew what was going to happen. He could care less about what was happening. Most guys are skeptic in general and cynic. You're not going to control me, hypno boy, and all this stuff. This is how guys think. This is just guy thinking.
Right.
So she knew.
That's funny.
I get it all the time. So she kind of forced him to go up there because she knew what was going to happen, which I'm going to give those suggestions at the end of the show to improve your life, to empower your life. That's the whole point of the show. It's about having fun. It's about educating, but at the end, they know what's going to happen. If you're going to come and see me, it's expensive, so they're going to do it there, get it because on the house by the company who's putting the event on. So anyway, he was forced to go up, and this is what he's saying after the show. By the way, He's telling the entire audience because he was the CEO of that company. So he basically had said, listen, my wife forced me up here. I didn't want to come up here, but I sat through the whole thing and I had the best time I ever had in my life. I feel absolutely amazing, unlike I've ever felt in my life. And then he gives us some suggestions at the end that are very powerful. And the suggestion I gave myself was to stop smoking. Well, as you all know, I'm a 40-year smoker, 2.5 packs a day, Camel non-filter. He reaches into his pocket, he takes the cigarettes out, throws them to the stage floor, crumples them up, and says, I'm now a non-smoker from this moment forward. I'd called him 3 weeks after the fact, and he was still a non-smoker.
Wow.
And he's still a non-smoker to this day.
Right.
So there you go. There's hopefully answers that question, if you're following along here, where it happened within 3 minutes of a stage show. That was one session for that gentleman. Why? Because he was open, he was receptive, and he allowed the suggestions to come in. Well, Kevin, he didn't want to go up there and he didn't want to stay there. But by the time he experienced the process, he was open to what was going to happen, and he was ready to be programmed to take away the negatives and become a non-smoker. Some people are going to take 6. Some people are going to take more. And here's the other thing that happens. Once you experience the change and the power that you have with hypnosis, you're coming back for more, because we're all human and we are an evolution and we're always growing. So everyone has a laundry list of everything, if you really examine yourself, what you want to change in your life, including me. So that's why, go back to the question earlier, Kevin, when you see yourself, what do you think about that? Well, I know I'm an evolution. And if you become complacent in life, that's where you're going to stay. I'm always interested in growth.
I love it. I love it.
Now, quick question. From our conversation, I gather you are stationed in Los Angeles proper, yes?
Yes. Yes.
And the second question is, do you ever travel out of state besides just corporate? And do you necessarily have to be with somebody, or could you do like a virtual hypnotism? Like,
oh no, that's something during the pandemic, and then I got a lot of poo-pooed about with my colleagues about doing, again, go back to the question we had earlier in this program. How did you become who you are, Kevin, and with hypnosis, and did you do what everyone else does? Well, I never did anything mainstream. I always want to refine it to make it better. And so it was the same thing when COVID came along. I was already doing what they now call telemedicine. And so when COVID hit, then all of my colleagues who now had poo-pooed me and, wanted to disbar me and ban me from the hypnosis community and all of that because it's not ethical. And
now you're a freaking genius, right?
Right.
He's a freaking genius.
Not only a genius, but I was now consulting doctors, lawyers, all kinds of people on how to do telemedicine, because they were clueless as to how to do it or how to facilitate it. But I had already been doing it prior to that for a good 16 years.
So you're able to, you are able to induce me just virtually. Just do the, okay. That's all.
Don't do it.
Most of my sessions today, because this is how I'm able to tap into the world, right? Because somebody who lives in Italy who wants to come and see me can't afford to get on a plane, come to my office in Beverly Hills and set up an appointment. So I had to really devise these techniques long ago so that individual could take advantage of what I offer.
That's fantastic.
Today's technology make it all happen, right?
That's right. So I'm either doing it through Zoom like this, or I don't even really get on Zoom anymore. It's all done through the phone. I do a lot of sessions just
like
on
FaceTime.
the phone.
Just FaceTime on the phone.
There's actually a video on the website. You can go check that out too. It's me hypnotizing. And this is why, again, everything is confidential because this is therapy. So it's confidential.
Right.
But because of who I am, I have the opportunity to show people, because I've done all these things on TV and the movies and stuff like that. So I get the opportunity to show you. And there's a video of me doing hypnotherapy with a celebrity in Florida live on a television show because they were in an anxiety mode and they had to perform or something like that. And so I get to show that. So when people call me and go, you do just like the kind of what happened here, that people's mind goes into shock a little bit and they go, you do hypnosis on the phone? How does that work?
Real quick question, Kevin. Now, are there any rules or regulations in states that say, well, you can't practice hypnosis in our state?
Oh, yeah.
So you still encounter this? Because you kind of brought it up when you said there's still skeptics.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So different states have different laws about hypnosis. And I believe at this point, all 50 states are now in compliance with, there's no legalities towards not doing it. But there's still laws on the books that they could reinforce on certain states where you cannot do this. And if they want to enforce that law, then they can. How far will it go? Not too far, but it's pretty much accepted now, for what it is. So, but yes, there is, to answer the question, there is laws, and every different state has their different laws about what you can and can't do. So yeah, if you're interested in getting into this, you really want to look into that and see what those laws are so you don't violate it.
Right. That's kind of interesting. I always, how society can be sometimes.
Yeah, that's how they are, But you know what? I wonder if for yourself, Kevin, maybe to calm yourself before a show or maybe to set your tone for the day, do you use self-hypnosis?
Of course, absolutely, positively. And how I first started using it for me was I was a nail biter where I would take him right off the nail, the whole thing. And I always had this my fingers in my mouth, and that's how I started. That was the first change that I made. And so I do my self-hypnosis, especially when I'm traveling, because there's time changes, there's environmental changes, there's a lot of different things that adds to the stress and the anxiety. And just like we had talked about earlier for you, what was happening for you. So absolutely, positively, I take myself into a hypnotic state to calm myself, take away the anxiety, the stress, and not allow any of that to affect me in a negative way.
That's cool. That's cool. I used to just have a drink before a show. I don't do that anymore. That don't work. You have to be in the right mindset to succeed on things.
Yeah, I always like to do, because I had taught myself how to, when I was working like a midnight shift and you come home at 7, 8 in the morning, how the hell do you get to sleep? So I kind of taught myself, I guess they call it like an escalator technique, where I'm just going down floor by floor into states of relaxation until finally I'm out.
There you go. Perfect.
Well,
yeah, that's a self-hypnotic state right there.
Right.
And you're associating it with the staircase or whatever it was that you were doing. You program your mind to that when I complete this process, I'm going to go fall asleep.
Correct.
And you told your mind what to do, and then it did it.
Right.
Well, you know what? Everyone can't do what you're doing. And there's some out there that's doing it, and it could be doing it the wrong way and for the wrong reasons. That's why I admire what you're doing and how you're doing it. And we are honored. I can't tell you enough. I'm not going to tell you how many times I've already seen you on television, so I already know. But that's from another point of view where I wanted to have a conversation with you. But I want to share with you, I don't know if you've heard about this that happened in Florida. When I found out about it, I'm like, I just got to share it. But there's a principal, a school principal in Florida, Sarasota County, where he hypnotized a large amount of his students. And when he got done hypnotizing them, 3 of them died. Now he has a $600,000 lawsuit where each parent received $200,000. Some of the parents gave him permission to do this, and others didn't. And he did it. The reason he did it was for sports and extracurricular activities and anxieties. But I thought that was really deep for that to happen and students, lose their life over this. Now, you personally, when you do like a group of people, and do you ever have a time where it actually go wrong? Something happens wrong in it?
Yeah, no, that's a fascinating. Is that recent news? Because I didn't hear anything about that, and I usually hear just about everything that is associated with hypnosis. But is that recent?
No.
With that principal?
What's that?
What did you say, Sarasota, Florida?
Sarasota County. I had his name, but I decided not to say his name on air.
No, that's good.
But yes,
but
Florida.
That was recent.
A couple years ago.
Okay.
It's a couple years
ago. I didn't hear anything about that.
You type it in, you'll find it, but I thought that was like crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's so many, I'm sure it's a very complex case, right? Because first of all, he's doing it for positivity, for sports, for anxiety, test anxiety, but he's doing it with minors. And like you said, some of the parents, they signed the waiver and they allowed the child to get hypnotized through whatever it is he was doing because they trusted the process. But so the turnaround, I'm sure this is a very complex case because even with that in place, and I'm not sure what the details are of why the children ended up dying over this, which is interesting to me, because I will tell you, if they brought me in as a expert, I would say it had nothing to do with the hypnosis.
I was thinking the same thing, like maybe there was a medical condition or something that got triggered through the process or something.
Absolutely.
Sure. I'll gladly send you the link to check it out because there's more about it, but I thought that was like crazy interesting. Just wanted to kind of bring that up.
And quickly, Kevin, without revealing any particular names and or individuals, where you could go in professional teams all over Los Angeles area, as well as professional athletes. Have you had the opportunity to work individually with individuals and maybe or teams speculatively?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah. That's why this story, kind of, any hypnotist watching this or listening to this, or even any doctor or any therapist or anybody who works with people, this hits home hard because I'm sure the case is complex and the dynamics are, again, it's just mind-boggling to me right now because I know even if hypnosis wasn't involved, and let's just say he was doing cognitive therapy with the students, the reason they're able to sue, that's very complex, but is it really related to the hypnosis or cognitive therapy?
Right. I don't think they really looked into everything as good. They was want hush, pay them, and
they probably just want to get rid of this, get it out. And the payout wasn't like astronomical for them. So they just wanted to settle out. So, but it's disturbing when those kind of things happen. Because again, this correlates with the stereotype with any profession where, it was the hypnosis. The hypnosis killed them because the hypnotist commanded them to do something, and then they went out and did that. So, and it's sad because even I, back in school, we try to test that theory. Where could you hypnotize someone to commit a murder?
Wow.
And we used to practice every Saturday.
Did that happen?
At the school. What was that?
Did it ever happen? You're not
We
gonna
took
tell me. I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, I looked it up real quick, Kevin. That happened in October 12th, 2015.
2015.
Okay. That was a long time ago.
So it's been a bit.
I want to look more into that because it's fascinating to me.
Yeah, I'm going to send you that. I'm going to send it to you because it fascinated me. I mean, you heard the phrase, shit happens. Well, sometimes it does, and they don't. I don't think they looked into their history. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
and again,
there's always more to the story.
Yeah.
And again, I want to come off as if I'm defending anything here because I'm not.
Right.
And but to prove that in a court of law, because let me give you an example. Back in the days, and that day wasn't too long ago, where they would bring specialists like me into the court in trials to hypnotize people to have memory of license plates and guns and that kind of thing.
Whoa.
Well, the Supreme Court outlawed all of hypnotism in any court because they deemed it that you're influencing the individual to come up with information that was going to influence the case. So Supreme Court basically said no more hypnosis is allowed in the court. So to have a case like this come about in 2015, maybe they were still ignorant to what was happening. Or again, just like you said, they probably just wanted to settle out quickly.
Yep.
But the point of the matter is that wasn't hypnosis? Impossible, because hypnosis doesn't work like that. So going back to my story very quickly about, we took the deepest, and there was a question earlier about how deep or how, is everyone hypnotizable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we took what is called a somnambulist, and that is like I said, there's light, medium, heavy, keep it simple. So we took the deepest person who could go into hypnosis. You could just mention the word hypnosis and they're in a hypnotic state. Very similar to that little role play we did earlier, Silvy, where,
Right.
mention what's your name and you went into hypnosis, right?
Right.
That was that person, but that was real, where they would just really go into that state of mind and just be totally submergible into hypnosis, thinking, wow, this is like the movies or TV. I can get this person to do anything. So we worked as a team for over an hour with this person, giving suggestion, right? All kinds of suggestions about what they're going to do. Precisely, they're going to get up from the chair, walk 10 paces. They're going to do this, 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 and this. So we worked with them over an hour. So we said, 1, 2, 3, just like you see in a stage show. 1, 2, 3, wide awake, open your eyes. Now go do what we just suggested. So the person sits there and they go, what are you talking about? I had the best relaxation I've ever had in my life. I want to thank all of you for giving me all of those powerful suggestions.
Wow. Wow.
And they wake up and they go, I'm not a murderer. I'm not going to go murder anyone, either in fake or real. It's just not going to happen.
Wow.
And so, that's again the misnomer of people have in hypnosis. When you're in hypnosis, you're very aware. Matter of fact, you're more aware in a hypnotic state by 10 times. So your sense of hearing, touch, smell, you're aware of what's happening. I know the perception, and go look at my videos or any hypnotist videos. They look like they're a zombie. They look like they're full control of the hypnotist. They're fully aware of what's happening. They know what's happening. It really comes down to whether or not it's in their character or their moral character to follow through with the suggestions given to them, especially in a comedy stage hypnosis show.
Mm-hmm.
It's really within their moral character. So, for example, if I give a suggestion, and this is one of the bits that I do, and as you know, Silvy, as a comedian, you have certain things that you're going to do in your performances because that's the stuff that works and it's funny and everyone enjoys it, right? So one of the bits that I do is a real simple teacher bit where everyone goes back to 3rd grade and I'm the math teacher. Every time I turn my back, they're going to make goofy, silly faces, right? That's it. Real simple. Go check it out. There's lots of videos of me doing that up online. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen
Every time I do it, no matter where I do it, it's hilarious, right?
Right.
So there are people who won't do that simple suggestion. I will turn around and they'll just be sitting there because when they were in the 3rd grade, they were good students and they wouldn't even think about making a face or doing anything disrespectful to the teacher.
Wow.
And logically, reasonably, rationally in your mind, you're going, it's such a simple suggestion and it's fun. Why wouldn't you? It's because that's who their character is.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to do it in their adult lives, and they didn't do it when they were 3 years in the 3rd grade either. So there you go. There's a simple example of how hypnosis works and how the individual is really in control of allowing it to work for them.
So the way I look at it is if I'm not going to do it in my conscious state, I'm not going to do it in my unconscious state.
If it's not you, absolutely.
If it's not my
100%.
DNA, it's not going to happen.
If it's not in your personality, your moral fiber, your character, your spiritual background, you're not going to do it.
Yep. It's like
no matter what I say, what I
I
do,
mean, what works
not
for
going to
one
happen.
doesn't.
That's why it goes back to the other question you asked me: does somebody get locked in? If they want to, yeah, they're locked in. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. Same thing with the case we just talked about. Is it really the hypnosis with those students?
Right.
Whatever they did? Impossible. Impossible.
Wow.
Because they did it because they wanted to and they're blaming it and they had to find blame to blame something.
Right.
So they blame it on
the principal.
There you go.
Wow. Well,
and that's how life works. Life is unfair like that. Even when you win, you lose.
Well, despite its use since the 1700s, hypnotherapy continues, like you said, to have skeptics in the medical community. But how do you handle the non-believers? How do you handle the non-believers and the skeptics?
Being one myself, and again, I'm a very analytical individual. I want to say I'm look, these skepticism, cynicism, these are healthy things that we all should have. Some people take it over the top and they really stand by their ground about what that is, but then that's when the blocks come into their lives and they realize, well, I'm not living my life to its maximum potential. How do I get rid of the blocks? Well, the blocks are from the cynicism and the skepticism. Why do I know this? Because I was that guy. I was that guy, and how I grew up and how things were for me, conservative New England, I thought that's how the world worked. But when I started traveling and doing all the things that I do today, started realizing that even in our own United States, culturally, regionally, things are different. Things are different. Things are not the same in California as they are in New England. And it took me 5 years to understand the people. And I was just an aggressive New Yorker, over the top, talk too fast, all of this stuff that I used to hear when I first came to California. I go to Kansas. I go to Iowa. Very, very different.
I bet.
Are we all
know.
the same? We're all the same, but it's different.
Yep. The approach and how you handle that type of crowd is different, but you're such a good professional. You have it down to a T.
Yeah, it's about learning behavior. So people call me a board certified hypnotherapist, the world's greatest hypnotist, the best, all of these great things and accolades that I've earned and become today. And I'm very blessed to have those. But the bottom line here is about behavior. And it's really learning behavior and understanding behavior. Hypnosis is the tool to change that behavior.
Well, for someone that wants to enhance and improve the quality of their life, providing the same benefit as a private hypnotherapy session you offer, is it the audio CD programs that you offer?
Yeah.
Tell me about that and
Oh,
any other options that you have available for someone and how they can get in touch with you for it.
There's so many different ways to get in touch with me. I mean, the website is hypnotist.com. It's, people ask me for a business card all the time. I don't carry business cards because I have the website hypnotist.com. If you can't remember that, I don't know what to say to you, because it's like McDonald's.com
like
or Amazon.com. I'm the guy, right? So if you can't remember that, just Google the best hypnotist in the world, or just Google Kevin Stone. Either way, I'm coming up. You're going to be able to get a hold of me. There's so many different ways in social media. So anyway, the website is hypnotist.com. On there is more information. The website's not about me. Again, my whole philosophy right from the beginning, it was never about me. This is not about me. And once you understand that, not only spiritually, but professionally, it's not about you, right?
Right, that's right.
You're able to really become centered and really now understand your role and what your purpose is here in this life, right? So yes, there's the website is designed with lots of information and questions that people have about hypnosis, even a lot more than you guys have come up with today. And you come up with some great questions about what people think, but they forget, or when they see me, they didn't realize they could have asked the question.
Right.
It's all right there on the website and more. And then there's audio programs, downloadable programs to improve your life that I offer on there, or call the office, set up a session. Yes, you get a session with me. This is where people get a little freaked out because they think, wow, or even when they get on the phone, or my girl's at lunch and she didn't pick up the phone. I'm the one picking up the phone. So they go, I go, hi, how can I help you? They go, yeah, hi, I want to set up a session. Who am I talking to? I said, well, you're talking to Kevin Stone. What? Because they think, I'm human just like everyone else, and I'm there for everyone as much as I can be. That's what I started out to do. This is what I continue to do. So when I pick up the phone and I go, hi, this is Kevin. Yeah. What can I do for you? You want to set up a session? Great. Let's set up a session. Or email me. A lot of people say, well, you don't answer your own emails. I go, no, I answer my own emails. I'm the guy who does all of these things. I have my hands involved. I don't have assistants and all this stuff. I mean, I do, but I don't allow the thing to get out of control. I'm still gonna personalize what's happening for you. So if you want to contact me, you want to set up a session with me, I'm the guy. I'm not gonna say, well, contact this hypnotist or this hypnotherapist that I believe is good. I'm gonna work with you. And if I can't work with you, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Not because I can't work with you, just because you're not hypnotizable. So I'm going to give you other suggestions or other people that you need to go to if you want to improve yourself. Because again, this isn't for everybody.
Right.
Just like cognitive therapy isn't for everybody.
Right.
What you do on the, as your love and passion, which is comedy, it's not for everybody.
Right.
And so I understand that. I'm not offended by that. I'm here to help you and direct you of where you need to go. That's my role. That's what God has given me the gift of doing, to facilitate, to help people to help themselves.
Well, I agree, and I like that way, and I like what you're doing. I'm sorry.
And I would just have to also add in, I would imagine you said 30 plus years, that your network is just expansive as it gets all around the United States. So,
Oh yeah, in the world. I mean, it's global. It's global. And again, the reason that really helped was the telemedicine, because again, where people go, well, this is what I want to do, but I can't get to Los Angeles. I can't. How do I take advantage? Are you going to be in Italy anytime soon? And I go, no, this is how we're going to do it. And so that's why these platforms are very, very powerful on so many levels if people really understand how to use them. And obviously you guys do. And this is why, and then people all say, well, Kim, why do you do these type of things? You don't really need to. It's not that I don't need to. It doesn't matter to me, because if somebody's interested in educating themselves on hypnosis, then I'm going to make the time to explain it and help people to understand it if that's what they want to do. And that's the vehicle that you guys are doing to allow this to happen. So It doesn't matter to me if it's an opportunity,
right,
taken advantage of, because sometimes the second time or the second chance doesn't come around, and people don't understand that. So when the opportunity comes around, you better really look at it and take advantage of it.
You know what? I'm going to just, imagine, but put you in the same category as holistic health. How the government does people with holistic help to help themselves. And what you're doing is helping people. Sometimes people don't need that pharmaceutical medicine to help themselves or to see life in a different way. Even with the children, it's, here, take this medicine. Oh, but it hurts my stomach. Oh, take this here, when there's another way around the whole issue. So hats off to you and all that you're doing. I am honored to have you on the show. But you tell me, is there anything that you want to say that perhaps I didn't ask before we go?
No, you guys, look, you not only got into some old things that I haven't seen in a long time with those videos, but the questions are extremely well thought out and thorough. It's just not the textbook or the cookie cutter questions that I normally get. And so it was just so relieving to be a part of this today. And I pray that people get good information out of this and really start to explore it for themselves, to really understand that they can utilize this for themselves.
Absolutely. That's what we aim to do. And I formatted the questions because I know there's a lot of people who's been hitting me up about it, who wants to know, don't want to know. And like you say, society can brainwash people. The skeptics can brainwash. Watch TV too much, they can tell you they're bad people, and then you believe that, but it's not true.
And I think we've been talking over an hour now, and I think we really only scratched the surface, Kevin.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Absolutely.
This is just scratching the surface. There's so much more in depth and to understand.
Right.
And that's the journey, right? That's the path.
Right.
And that's what keeps me going, because again, there's so much more. There's always more to understand and learn.
That sure is true. Well, listen, you told everybody how you can be followed on social media. You're about to get hit up with some more. Busy guy. But when you do your touring, though, do you tour, or you just wait until they come for you and then you go there?
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. Now, I don't have anything set up because, again, coming out of the pandemic, things got really jumbled for everybody. We're still trying to figure it out as to, we're going to set this tour up, Is it going to be something that's going to be constructive? So we're still kind of in that phase. But when I do tour, yes, I'll get a call and somebody will say, hey, can you do this run? And then we'll do it that way too. So it's still kind of hit and miss. We're not really sure. But yeah, if anybody wants to know about that scheduling, it's on the website too. Just go to the website, hypnotist.com, and you can see, or email me, and then we'll put you on the list and you can know exactly what's going on.
That's what's up. I appreciate you. I really do.
Absolutely. Been a fantastic conversation.
Know that you are always welcome to come back on the show. We totally enjoyed it. I apprate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Great questions. So refreshing to really dive into it a little bit. And again, my hope is that people understand and get a little bit of education out of this. From all this great conversation that we had.
Absolutely.
Ours too.
Absolutely.
It's a good service, and everybody should be thinking about it.
Well, listen, until next time, and I hope, goodness, there'll be a next time. I enjoyed this conversation, and like Smooth said, this is just the tip of so much that we can share out worldwide and get people a more view, a more understanding of something they're really not sure, or they're going off of someone else's opinion of what it is and what it's about, and do it for themselves. I think a lot of people should use your service and leave medicine alone. I mean, some people need the medicine, but there's some things that, it's just an inner effort, an inner motivation that you need to see to do it. But that's just my opinion.
Well, your opinion's in line with what the trend is of what's happening. You see, everything in life is like a pendulum. And so where that pendulum falls at the moment is where it's at. And you have to understand that. So holistic medicine, yes, that's the category that I fit under. All hypnotherapists, hypnotists, we're all holistic
Well, I was
practitioners.
right about that. Good.
Yeah. And so that's the recent push lately, especially with the children, where they want to get their kids off the Ritalin and antidepressive drugs and all of this. There's so many drugs being pushed just for so many different reasons that the nationwide and global, I'm going to say global, understanding of people now is wait a minute. I don't want to be on all these drugs and all these meds. I want to be able to learn tools and skills to facilitate without the medicine, without all of these things. And hypnosis is one of those. Meditation, prayer is the ultimate, by the way, but that's another show for another day.
Right.
And so there's a lot of tools out there. Of course, I'm biased to hypnosis because I know what it does, and it's a natural organic state. So why not understand it, take advantage of it?
Absolutely.
So you're right on the mark of what the trending is doing and happening in our world, because people are tired, and not only tired of the medicine and the drugs, especially for their children,
Right.
but the expense.
Yeah,
Right. Well, I tell people all the time, the government and the pharmaceuticals is the biggest drug dealers that I know, and if they really healed everybody, they'd be out of business.
Yeah,
they'd be out of business. So I mean,
sure
it
would
is
hate
what
to
it
see
is.
those
Some valid
pharmacies
points.
It is. Well, I mean, they are. You can go to the doctor right now and say, you know what, my eye twitched. They're like, here's medicine. But now it makes my stomach go, well, here's another medicine. I'm like, Jiminy crickets.
It's amazing how many Pfizer commercials you see for how much different shit people get. So
I am so not into
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, any television show you're watching now, look at the commercialism. It's either car commercials, drug commercials.
Right?
Right.
Well, let me correct you. Until November, it's going to throw that politics
there's
stuff
that
in
other-
there too. I'm not going there.
He said drug commercials.
yeah.
Those
We'll
act just
see.
like depressants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's kind of like a drug commercial, depressant. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna cut
We
it
got a
with
whole.
that.
We just laid out a whole another 10 shows.
Right,
here.
that's what I'm saying. There's so many areas and ways we can go with this. But
Anywho, yeah.
until next time, but I do want to thank you. You don't have no idea how you've made
guys.
my day, and it's an honor to finally meet someone who I've seen a couple of times already. Anyway, so right.
And keep watching. There's more to come. I'm
Yes.
surprised you didn't bring up the Donnell Williams stuff we just did recently. Have you seen that?
No, what did you do to him?
Oh, go check out the videos. They're on the site. You'll see.
Well, then I
What I do to
shall.
them, yeah. You want to go see what I did to Donnell because you know Donnell.
Yes, I do.
So,
Yes, I do. I sure will.
Donnell was a lot of fun.
Well,
So,
I'll check that out, but I'll also send you that link so that you can check that out.
oh
too.
yeah. I would like to know that because I'm usually up on that stuff, and I'm surprised nobody mentioned. That's 2015. I'm surprised.
October 12th,
really
2015.
I be doing all kind of
I love
homework, looking back on
It says
everything.
all
It's
three
like-
died within weeks of each other.
and it tells you
Well.
what they were doing when they died. It goes into a
Anyhow,
lot of
yeah.
things, but yeah,
That's a whole new
I'll
show.
send it to you. Is what I'll do.
Send
But
it to
I'm-
me because again, people usually send me this stuff, or I'm up on it. And this is 2015. I missed it, and everyone else missed it. You know, the last story I just got right even before coming on to do this was who's using hypnosis now? Who's that that lady on America's Got Talent, the one with the accent?
Sophia.
Sophia
Vergara.
Right.
She's using hypnosis now.
Really?
Okay. She's using hypnosis to forget her last relationship because she can't sleep over it.
Wow.
And so she's in a new relationship now with a surgeon. So she's using hypnosis to reverse the
kind of like a
thought
post-traumatic
process.
stress that you had mentioned earlier.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
you know.
So that's the recent current that's out there in the hypnosis world of stories. So like I said, we're pretty much on top of it, but that one we missed from 2015. We're gonna definitely look into that.
Oh, I'll definitely send it to you.
And then we talk about them. I put them up on my Facebook. You know, I put up the good, the bad, about what's out there, and let people again determine and make up their own mind as to what it is and what it isn't. And you'll find that again, it's just like anything else and what everyone else does for a living. There's the good, there's the bad, there's the ugly. And so, it's there. So everyone should know what that information is instead of always being fed, like commercials or
Right,
advertisers
right.
do. Always the good, the positive, and nobody ever talks about the other stuff. Well, no, it's there. And so it comes with everything. That's just how it works in life. It's comes with the territory. The good, the bad, the ugly. And you have your highs, you have your lows. That's how life works. And that's with everything.
That's right.
And so that should be
100% there.
presented. Yeah, it should be presented at all times.
That's
It
right.
really should. For someone to make up their own mind to really understand instead of being manipulated or persuaded through the applications of all of these things. So anyway, like I said, we can get into
we
all
could
that.
go
It's a
on and
whole different
on. I'm
show.
here to
Now he's
say
talking about television
right.
programmers.
I'm loving it. I'm loving
There
it.
you go.
But
There you go.
we're gonna halt
Exactly.
it. We're gonna halt it
And
until next
influencers
time.
too. So you guys have this show. So you're an influencer. So you're influencing your audience, and
Right.
people are coming into the fold. So you want to make sure, at least I want to make sure, if this was me, and this is what I do with my own career, because the only person I can control is me.
Right.
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 So I want to make sure that I'm presenting all sides and I'm presenting truth.
Absolutely.
That's
Honesty
what
in the
my goal is.
conversation.
Absolutely.
And it
Amen.
might not be the honesty you necessarily want to frickin' hear.
Well, that's the thing, that's the thing, when it comes to the honesty and truth, there's where people, they start to tune out a little bit because they don't know how to handle that. And sometimes that's going to hurt, just like God promised us many, many things, but he never promised us that once you're in a relationship with him, that everything's going to be wine and roses.
Right.
It's not going to be like that.
That I always
know.
also say faith over fear. I say that all the time.
Amen.
And
Amen.
you have hope, but sometimes prayers don't answer when you want it. That's why you
Never
have to keep
going
that
to.
faith. That's
Never
right.
going to.
Absolutely.
Because it's all within God's plan. Everything,
Absolutely.
even what we're doing right now,
Absolutely.
is because of
Absolutely.
God's plan.
I always say he puts people in your path for a reason. That's why I say I'm
Amen.
honored to meet you and be able
Absolutely.
to share this on the
Amen.
platform. So hey, until next time, my good friend. Can I say my good friend now?
Absolutely.
Well,
You guys
until
are good
next time,
people.
my good
And,
friend.
And don't forget to
Spreading-
visit his website, right?
That's
and
right.
otherwise, hey, wow, what a
All
great
right.
conversation.
I'm sure you guys have put in the notes and everything. And like I said, it's so easy to get a hold of me. If someone says they can't and I didn't know how, then I don't know. I don't know that. You need to talk to somebody to get a hold of me so I can help you to understand that.
He is so Googleable. Trust me. You will be found. You will be found.
Right?
Yes. All right. Well, hey, check out this commercial break, and when we get back, Smooth's gonna tell you something on the Queen Silvy Show.
We'll see you.
All right,
folks.
guys. I'll see you.
Thank
God bless
you,
all of you.
Kevin.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Queen Silvy of the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. You want to expand and get noticed? Then come outside your box and into our world. Internet advertising has a real impact on global awareness and even sales, so let's make an impact together. Offering for a limited time advertising and sponsorship packages that excel your purpose. So contact Queen Silvy or Smooth Tim for the exciting opportunities that awaits. Yeah.
Your Queen, boom, got me.
Mm.
Anyhow, thank you so very much, Kevin.
Kevin Stone is the one. I mean, if you think
what an awesome conversation now.
If you think you know another hypnotist, hypnotherapist, any of that, believe me, they're not the one. Kevin Stone is the one. Genuine, honest, compassionate, here for you. And I love that he works with children because, you know, children are all moldable when they're young and they can go one way or the other way.
Teach them a technique to get off of the Ritalin or whatever the case is. And the other thing I thought was fascinating is you can do virtual. So you don't necessarily have to bring your kid to Los Angeles or fly him from L.A. to wherever you're
Various ways to get it done and get it done right with Kevin Stone. Go to hypnotist.com. Is it Hypnotist?
Yes.
Hypnotist.com. I mean, you can go on Facebook anywhere. Hollywood Hypnotist Kevin Stone. Type in Kevin
He's
Stone.
so Googleable.
He is definitely Googleable. You will find him, and he's there for you. And I appreciate him so much for coming on the show. I enjoyed my conversation indeed, and I hope you got some answers in your mind that was done about hypnotism, hypnotherapy, and all of that. There, you know, don't believe what another person come to you and tell you. Get the experience and the knowledge yourself, and you can do that very thing. So Smooth, we are, you know, this Tuesday, and so you know that I've only had a cup of tea. Yep. I am ready to have a plate
get out of here. I
food.
am starving to death.
So with that said, Smooth, tell everyone how we can be followed on social media.
Look at the top screen, scrolling there, YouTube, Facebook, and or www.thequeensilvershow.com. You can find us at any of those. The YouTube site, however, would have the results of all three of our shows, as well as some movies, cartoons, other stuff that somehow we end up in. I have no idea how we get wrangled in some of the stuff that we do, but
because
we do
we love what we do.
That's what it is. Go to YouTube and simply in YouTube, The Queen Silvy Show. We try to keep it simple.
Well, we're Googleable too, so you won't have a hard time finding us as well. Today is Tuesday, so that means tomorrow is Wonderful Wednesday and the Tim Tidbits Show. He's not going to tell you what it's about, but I'm going to tell you it is super hot. Oh my gosh, you are not going to be disappointed.
Well, see, we're just going to be slightly right after the debate.
Your stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so the debate will be tonight.
Just in time for it, absolutely.
So yeah, maybe I can make fun of whoever chokes up there.
You never know. Find out, because he also is going to have the asshole of the week. You don't know who that is, do you? But you better tune in. That is in the evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Do check your time zones, but join us for that. Then there's Thursday, the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, bringing you inspirational, encouraging, motivating.
A potpourri of entertainment, my queen.
A potpourri of entertainment, all coming from the heart, just for you. We also showcase at the end of the show a special music video showcase. So stick around for that as well. We always aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By the way, the Now You Know Show is also in the evenings, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, do check your time zones. So with that said, go out, make the most of your day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay positive, if you will. But I'm going to eat. Now.
Yeah, shout out. We got a message from the space station. We do appreciate you guys even tuning in. So.
Yay.
Hey, it is what it is.
That's right. And
we're out of this world.
Yeah, I am sometimes. But with that said.
Till next week. We'll holla. Bye.
Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. Sylvia Mid, the fun word guessing game is back, and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information, and you are in there, baby. Yeah.